Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome in to WWC Uncensored. It is Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Glad to have everybody here. Great lineup tonight. Really looking forward to talking over some wonderful topics. A lot of interesting stuff. We celebrated some anniversaries earlier this month, such as Razor Ramon's first Intercontinental Championship win, which, of course, I consider Razor Ramon to be the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time.
Me
I
too.
know a lot of you do too. So, welcome in everybody here that's right here in this little square box with us, and welcome in everybody that's listening. I know a lot of you guys are listening what would be Thursday morning at 6, 7, 8 a.m. on your way to work, so we're really happy to have that as well. And we're getting started. Guys, how is everybody doing this week?
Great, brother.
Great.
Doing
Great.
good.
Great.
Doing good, man. Good,
Awesome.
good.
Doing
So
good.
our very first thing tonight is a little off the wrestling topic, but it's still something that fits in with our age group. And we're going to talk a little bit about what was one of our favorite action movies, or two of our favorite action movies from the 1980s or 1990s. So without further ado, we're going to go right into it.
Nice.
Kev, what do you have?
So I got three of them, and I had to put down Beverly Hills Cop.
Okay.
I had to put down Lethal Weapon, and I could not complete it without 48 hours.
There you go. I love it. Absolutely love it.
That was my
All
childhood.
right. Roger.
Mine is Die Hard, Lethal Weapon, and Predator.
Okay. Predator. What a good series that was too, man.
Wow.
All right. Mr. Howard, Brian
All right.
Howard. that
All right.
is.
Well, I'm a little younger than those first two, so I put down Ghostbusters. I
There you
put
go.
down Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Hell yeah.
and then the last one was Terminator.
Well, of course.
Very good. Yeah. That's a good one. Okay. Mine, got to go just a little different, but 48 Hours, of course, man. You guys already know. Love that movie. It came out the same year Brian and I were born, Brad too, as well. So, I love 48 Hours. It just, back then it was such a thriller. It was a comedy, it was action, it was like a big mystery. Like, are these guys going to survive this movie? And loved it. Another one too for me, which created a series later on, but in the '90s it wasn't a series; it was just a really good movie. Was the Bad Boys franchise? Started with the first Bad Boys. Absolutely love the first Bad Boys movie, and then of course 2, 3, and 4. 3 wasn't as good, but 4 like made up for all of it because 4 might have been the best of all of them. And then of course Die Hard. Die Hard, of course, became another big franchise series as well. But I mean, without the first Die Hard late '80s, hard to beat that. Lou says Lethal Weapon, Beverly Hills Cop, and Ghostbusters. Yep, all great. It's hard to go wrong with movies from the '80s and '90s because they're
Yep.
so much
Yep.
different than they are now. So, Brad, what do you got for us?
So I have The Goonies, which is a classic 80s.
Absolutely.
I have Die Hard as well, but then I am going to finish it off with Maverick and Goose, Top Gun.
There you go. There you go. Absolutely.
Nice.
Very good. I mean, like we could do like a lineup
I
of the
know.
top 100 movies of all time, right?
Yeah.
And all these are going to be like top 20.
Yeah.
So-
Oh, easily.
King Phil, what do you got?
So I got Kickboxer.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
I got Scarface.
Oh shit.
Ooh,
Yep.
And
yeah.
I got Falling Down. I just watched Falling Down
Oh,
again.
yeah.
I hadn't seen it in like
Falling
10
Down,
years.
Falling Down is great.
Man, it's so dope.
That's a great movie.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
a great movie. And I love Robert Duvall anyway, because Robert Duvall he was a cowboy actor. Y'all know how I am about my Cowboys.
Definitely he was.
He was a cowboy actor way back in the day, and then later on, of course, he went into other movies and stuff. But him being the retiring detective in that movie, and then of course you had the main guy. It was Michael Douglas, right? Wasn't it Michael
Yep,
Douglas?
Michael Douglas.
It was
Yeah.
the main character. And then, I mean, it was just such a good clash of good versus evil, and
Yeah.
really the evil had kind of like turned evil in the movie. Like at the beginning of the movie, he wasn't evil; he just kind of like turned. So it was a really good, like adjustment on the fly. I would say very good choices. Jordan, what do you got for us?
So I love this question because I used to work at a video store growing up, and so
Awesome.
probably from like 1998 2008 to like 2004 or 5, so 4 somewhere in there. Anyway, I like Phil going with kickboxer because I like kickboxer, but it's not my favorite. I'm gonna do Bloodsport,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm gonna do Roadhouse and The Fugitive. I love The Fugitive. That's like one of my all-time
Fugitive.
favorite movies.
That's a good movie.
I forgot about Roadhouse.
I had
What about the
kickboxer / Bloodsport
But-
because they go 1-1 with me, but you know.
Hey, I do want to throw
Absolutely.
one in that like always is like a side favorite to me though is Running Man with Arnold.
Oh yeah.
Y'all know what I'm
Yep.
talking about?
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
Dude, that movie, I love it. I'll still watch it anytime when it comes on.
Well, if you're going to talk about Running Man, you got to kind of talk about Total Recall too. But we'll move on. We'll move on. That's another good one, man. Classic Arnold. Calvin, man, you're running wild, brother. What do you got?
So I almost thought nobody was going to mention it until Jordan did, but Roadhouse,
There you go.
RoboCop,
All right.
Good
and
one.
then the
Yeah.
last one with the greatest ass kicker of all time, Chuck Norris, Delta Force.
There you go.
Wow.
You want to know?
Yeah.
Because you're talking about RoboCop. You want to know the silliest thing I remember from that movie? Is that damn commercial where that mustache dude with the cigar says, "I'll buy that for $1."
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Dude, I always think about when they spoiler alert, I guess if you hadn't seen it, but like when they kill him, you know, and like that part's like rough. That's you watch it now, it's kind of like crazy part.
Yeah.
You don't
Oh,
see
yeah.
many heroes
Well, I
getting
mean-
killed like that.
If you think that's a spoiler from 35 years ago, then I guess, but or 36 years ago, but you might have been living under a rock if it was a spoiler. But I agree with you there. So it is brutal. It is really brutal. The beginning, probably 10, 15 minutes into it, the cop gets killed, and I always laugh every time I see the meme where they're like, this dude got killed on the job and still had to go to work the next day. You know what I mean?
Yep.
If you guys have seen that meme where he becomes
Yep.
RoboCop. So.
Yeah.
So I got a quick question.
Shane,
Cow-
Shane.
Hey, Space Cowboys, was that 90s or was that 2000s?
90s, I think.
2000s.
2000s, yeah. It was
Yeah,
while I
it
was
runs
working
I
at
think it
the
was
video
2000,
store.
wasn't it?
Might have been right at
Yeah,
2000.
right in there.
Because I think it was just after the summer of the meteors. So you had Deep Impact and Armageddon was like the same summer, right?
Right.
So that was like 98, I think. So it would have been right after that. So 99, 2000, somewhere in there.
It said August 1st, 2000.
Still
There you
damn
go,
good
so-
cast, damn good movie.
Armageddon's one that gets me. Like, I like that movie too, even though it's kind of cheesy, but it's good. I like the soundtrack.
Armageddon's
I didn't
really
mean to
good.
interrupt.
That's
I
really
was just
good.
asking.
That's good.
No
So
worries.
yeah, Shane, back to you.
Yep.
I got Indiana Jones,
Hell
Good
yeah.
one.
He-Man, the Masters of the Universe
Oh, forgot about that one too. That's a good movie.
with Dolph.
Yep.
And G.I. Joe,
Of course.
cartoon movie that came out in the 80s.
Oh, those,
Very
and then
good.
the Transformers cartoon movie was badass.
Yeah.
Transformers.
I had a few other ones written down too, but
It's
I'll
so
try
let-
to-
good,
Let me ask you guys this, kind of like a little follow-up, because we're just a little bit ahead of where we need to be. So a lot of times, other than Arnold, but a lot of times you would see big stars back then would never go into another series of movies. So for example, Die Hard had 5 movies. You never really saw Bruce Willis go into another series of movies. Now, he had a lot of standoff movies, one standoff, here and there, but you never really saw him, in a different series. Where Arnold you saw in, some different series and doing some different things. And, Terminator, of course, was probably his biggest standout, I would say. And then what would you guys say? Predator was probably his second, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
I would
like,
think so.
he started getting like super paid. I used to love that. What's that? Last Action Hero or whatever? Is that
Oh,
right?
that soundtrack was
Yeah.
great.
Dude, I used to
And
love. I
Conan.
watched it all the time.
But
Kurt
Arnold's
Russell.
really the only one. Arnold's really the only one that really did another franchise like that.
Well,
The rest of them
I
just
think,
kind of did a lot
Eddie
of
Murphy
one-off
kind of did.
movies.
I think we forget about what's his name too, Sylvester Stallone, because he had Rocky going on and First Blood, which I didn't. I'm surprised no one mentioned First Blood. I erased it off and put Falling Down just because I just watched it again. But really, First Blood is is one of the. I mean, that's classic.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got to mention
goes up on.
you got to
Go
mention Eddie Murphy too, because he did obviously those, and he also did the Nutty Professor and
Yeah.
all those.
Yeah,
too,
you're
so-
right. You're right about those for sure. So I guess there's a couple, but I was thinking more along the lines of like Mel Gibson, Bruce
Oh.
Willis,
Yeah.
different ones like that. Like Danny Glover, like he's in the Lethal Weapons with Mel Gibson, but you never really saw Danny Glover go and do like a bunch of other series of movies. You know what I mean? So
Nope.
Even like Chris Tucker, he wouldn't
yeah.
never. He wouldn't even do
Yeah.
Friday or nothing while he was doing Rush Hour. He only did Rush Hour for a long time.
Right. Yep. Forever they've always talked about what if there was a follow up to Friday, which would have been so good because those guys together, like they really hit off of each other, and it was so it was like theatrical bliss, I would say,
Yeah.
because watching those two interact, it just was wonderful. So, but a lot of them had great one-off movie careers and big movies, but not really the franchise piece of it. So,
Mhm.
and that kind of rolls us into our next question there, Kev. Round table number 2. What do you got, Kev?
Round table number 2. Better finisher, Scorpion Deathlock or Figure 4?
Okay, so again, talking that late 80s, 90s period. So you're looking at like Ric Flair, winning all over the world with the figure 4 back then. Although, in my opinion, he won far more matches with a roll up or a chop or something like that than you ever saw Ric Flair win with a figure 4. But the figure 4 was his finishing move. And then you had the Scorpion Deathlock that kind of came in. So you had like the figure 4 was the move of the 80s basically, and then you had the Scorpion Deathlock was kind of the move of the 90s. So what's your opinion, Kev? Figure 4 or Scorpion Deathlock?
So I have to go Figure 4, and I'm going to tell you why. It's because I like the Scorpion Deathlock, but I also compare it to Brett's Sharpshooter. And when I see Brett put it on and Sting put it on, Sting puts it on like shit. I don't like the way he puts it on. I don't like the move, the way Sting does it. So if I have to choose between one of those, that's what I'm choosing is Figure 4, and that's the reason why.
Okay. All right. Roger, figure 4 or Sharpshooter? Excuse me, Stinger Deathlock.
For me, the same figure 4. I just that's what I grew up watching was Ric Flair and the figure 4, and it was impactful when you see him put it on.
Right.
Granted, he didn't make a lot of people submit by it, but it was still an impactful move to help him to be victorious.
You still
As-
always saw it every match.
Yeah, as opposed, I'm kind of with Kev in a way. As far as the Scorpion Deathlock, it did remind me of Brett's move, the sharpshooter, but to me, it didn't seem like it had the impact that Rick sold on the figure 4 back in the days.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Brian, Mr. House, what do you got?
Now, if this was Bret Hart versus Ric Flair, I would choose
Right.
Bret, but I'm gonna go with Ric Flair. Yeah, same thing. Just mainly, he was the only one that really did the figure 4 leg lock, and can you reverse the Scorpion Deathlock?
No, I mean you can.
That's why
Owen
it's
did
better.
it.
I just know that
Owen did it. Owen did it in '94. Or Brett did it to Owen in '94 at SummerSlam. But I mean, it's very rare.
Yeah.
Didn't Stone Cold do it to him once too? I think, or something. I think during their wars or something.
Yeah, it just was never successful. Like you could never reverse it and it be really successful.
Right.
So-
Because that's another thing
All
too.
right, very good. I'm sorry. So
you're good.
Ric Flair, figure 4, I would go with as well. Even though I can't remember a single match where he won a title using the figure 4 ever. So I mean, that's just my thought process there. But I would go figure 4 as well. I never was really a fan of the Deathlock. I was a fan of the Stinger Splash in the corner. I loved it when he was against a big guy and he had him in the corner and he just splashing the hell out of him. I always loved that. Sting would also come off the top rope with like a flying body press and he would win a lot of matches that way. But I never was like, wow, the Scorpion Deathlock, that's the end of the world for that guy, So, Brad.
I'm going to go opposite. I'm going Scorpion Deathlock for one of the reasons you guys just mentioned. Not many people can reverse it. You can reverse the figure
Okay.
4 easy. The Scorpion Deathlock. Plus, I mean, that was just like 90s, and I bring up Bret Hart doing it, but also The Rock doing it. But I just think it was a cooler looking move. That's why I went with it.
Okay. King Phil.
Same right there, man. I'm going Stinger, blonde hair Sting. He's putting the death lock on you. Crow Sting, he's putting the death lock on you. You can't get out of it. He's going to scream to the crowd. And we talked about Bret Hart doing that move better than Sting. I mean, Charlotte does the figure 8 better than Rick, so I'm going Sting.
Okay. All right. Very good. I like it. Jordan.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with them and do the Scorpion Deathlock as well. I guess for me, a lot of times, especially with submissions, I think that what looks real to me is what I like the most. And I know that I was reading, I was trying to do some more research on it, but I know like the Scorpion Deathlock, like it's got like jujitsu background and stuff like that to it. Like when someone's in that, like I can definitely see why somebody would tap out to that. I'm not gonna sit there in that lock. But figure 4, I think you got to kind of look at it for a second to figure out where someone's getting hurt. Like I don't know. I've always kind of looked at it and been like, I don't understand. Like I don't know. I guess it took me a little time to understand it, but yeah, I'm Scorpion Deathlock.
Okay. All right. Calvamania.
I'm going Scorpion Deathlock.
Wow. Okay. All right. All right. So we're 4-3 now on Scorpion Deathlock, I think, right? Wow.
Bottom
Okay.
4 versus the top. There we go.
All right. G.I. Shane, bring us home on this one.
Well, I like the name Scorpion Deathlock a lot better. It's a fucking cool ass name than the figure 4, but I gotta go with the figure 4. Oh, Ric Flair.
Woo! Woo! There you go. All right, so we're 4-4 on that one. So we're literally deadlocked down the middle. Thomas Brunette says figure 4 as well.
Yeah,
so
we got to leave it up to the chat.
Yeah,
So that
it's gonna
means
have
the
to go to
sharpshooter
chat.
wins.
Is there
Yeah,
time
hey,
if I ask this?
hey, you know what?
9 of us.
Oh, sorry.
Please do, Brad. Go ahead. Go ahead, Brad.
So speaking of this, I don't know if we have enough time to go this, but what is everybody's favorite finishing submission move?
Oh man, I think my favorite, honestly, is the sharpshooter.
Me too.
Even though it's a variation of the Scorpion, I get it. But I
He
think the
just
way
leans
Brett
back
did
much
it,
further. It just makes it look so badass.
Yeah.
Mine would be Walls of Jericho.
Yeah.
Mandible claw.
Yeah.
Seeing the foam come out of the mouth.
Yeah.
What about an old-fashioned sleeper hold?
There you
There
go.
you go.
I like
That's a good
that.
one.
The Iron Claw.
Hey, you know what else was Iron Claw was good too. You know what else was really, really good
Chicken
too?
wing.
Yeah,
That's a good one with Bob Backlund, especially. But you know what was really good that nobody ever talks about? And Kev, you and I talk about this one, the Texas Cloverleaf. Nobody ever
Right.
talks
Oh,
about
yeah.
that one.
Dean
But
Malenko,
that
right?
was a great, that was a great move,
Yeah.
man.
Good
He
old
knew how to
arm
apply
bar.
it too.
So on Jericho's Walls of Jericho, I loved it when he would put his knee in the back and still.
Yes.
I didn't like
Yes.
the Austin Crab version of
Yes.
it, but I
Right.
loved the other.
I agree.
Yeah.
Shamrock.
Sometimes he'd have them like
submission was
torqued on their
nice.
neck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That Walls of Jericho was.
Excellent. Yeah, you could definitely tear the walls down with that one.
Oh yeah.
Perry Saturn, Rings of Saturn, that was pretty rough too.
I love that move.
And the Crippler.
You know what else was? Yeah, I was getting ready to say that. I was getting ready to say that too. Crippler crossface, man. You know, back then nobody was really doing that but Benoit, and that was a really impressive. Like, first of all, you're yanking
That was
the
a great
dude's
move.
arm out of his body, like where it connects, the shoulders being separated, right? And then you're also cranking back on his damn neck, so you're snapping his neck, you're breaking his arm. Dude's got nowhere to go. You know, I think he applied it way 1,000 times better than Daniel Bryan ever did.
I agree.
Benoit's
They're
sick.
killing us.
Ain't it?
Craig
They killed us
Clarkson.
in the chat about our
What is-
counting skills.
That's why I say there's 9 of us. It ain't 4 and 4 because there's 9 of us.
Oh yeah.
Craig Clark said that it was 5-4 figure 4.
5-4. Okay.
And then Thomas chimed in with his popcorn pig squeaking voice and said that apparently we can't count tonight. So
Tell him, Kev.
But yeah, you know what? Honestly, I'll take that one on the chin. It was me that couldn't count because I'm used to it's never the same number of people here every week. So
right, never.
I was just kind of going by that. But I apologize, guys. I assure you, I know how to count. I assure you. So I apologize to you guys. But thank you for pointing out. Thank you for pointing out the error of my ways. Thank you, guys. So yeah. All right, let's move on. Don't make me count nothing else tonight, Kev. What's the next question?
Who did the best power bomb of any era? Max of 2.
Yeah.
And this is easy for me because I can just say the masters of the power bomb, Sid and Vader. They're both my favorites.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Roger.
I got 2 1 stone.
I said Sid and Razor Ramon.
Okay. All right. Brian.
Roger took mine, but I have. I'm gonna do Sid Justice and Razor Ramon, so it's different than those two.
All right. I'm gonna say Vader and Diesel. The old jackknife, baby.
Yeah.
Brad.
So I'm gonna go outsiders. I'm gonna go Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, jackknife powerbomb.
There you go. I like it. King Phil.
I only need one, and I'm gonna go Sid Vicious.
Nice.
Oh, Vicious.
Rules the
Sid
world.
Vicious.
Okay. All right. I like that too. Jordan.
So, Nash's jackknife is like beautiful. It's like really smooth, and I like it. But kind of get off the beaten path a little bit. The Liger bomb, I've always liked it, like on video games and stuff. I would always like make that like one of the moves for my guy and stuff. I like how he like hooks the legs and like hooks the shot, like hooks everybody, like it has an ending to it. But my favorite, and he's active right now. The folding power bomb that Gunther does is like an homage to like Japanese wrestling and stuff. And it's like I think he's got like a beautiful, clean, smooth, safe power bomb. Like it looks good.
Okay. Calvin.
Kevin Nash and Sid.
Okay. All right. Shane.
I wrote down Big Daddy Cool Diesel.
Diesel.
There you go. Love it.
You know, I got to throw in an honorable mention.
Did you have another one or just Diesel?
Kevin Owens pop up power bomb.
Yes.
I was going to say honorable mention the Awesome Bomb from Mike Awesome.
Yeah, I like Mike.
So nobody chose the last ride, huh?
That's another honorable mention.
I saw that in the comments. I saw it in the comments, but nobody chose the last ride, which is surprising. So, but I saw it in the comments from Craig Clark.
Craig Clark said it.
Craig. Yep, in the comments. So
the only reason I didn't choose,
always great.
So real quick, the reason I didn't choose the last ride is because obviously, like Psycho Sid and Kevin Nash, they did the powerbomb to like big guys, right? There's no way the Undertaker could pick up like Mark Henry and that. So that's why I didn't pick it, because you can only do it to certain people. I'm just saying.
Is that why you have the submission too?
Actually, I think. Actually, I think Mark Henry probably received the last ride at one time or another.
I think he did.
Did he?
Probably. I'm sure.
I think so.
I don't know, man. That dude's thick.
We're gonna have to research that one. That's a good question. So, not long ago we mentioned Kane tombstoning Vader, which was super impressive because Vader was 458 pounds, and Kane scooped him up and tombstoned him. So we're gonna have to look into that and find out. Maybe Thomas, the historian, if he's still in the chat, he could tell us if Undertaker ever gave the last ride to.
I just Googled it, and it says the biggest wrestler to ever take the Undertaker's last ride was Mark Henry, He was on the
Oh,
receiving end of the move at Unforgiven 2007 when he weighed over 300 pounds.
Jesus.
So
Okay.
There you go.
Then he proved me
Awesome.
wrong.
That's bad.
You know, also
Wonders
too,
it's
that
not
that reminds me back in '94, I think it was early '94, maybe Rumble '94. Undertaker chokeslammed Yokozuna and got him probably 8 or 10 inches off the mat. He didn't get him up real high, but he still got him off the mat. And to chokeslam Yokozuna was that was a feat, man. So those guys were incredibly strong for being guys that you don't really look at as working out. Like you look at Hogan, you look at Lex, you look at some of those guys. Brock Lesnar. Some of those guys are just so much power where you didn't really
Goldberg.
see that with the Undertaker and Kane. Goldberg, yep, you saw that with him. But Kane hoisting up Vader and tombstoning him, that's one of the more dangerous moves in
Yes, it
wrestling there
is.
is anyway.
Yeah.
And then to hold a 458-pound dude, and when he hit him with it, he didn't like just scoop him and drop him. I mean, he like picked him up, held him, and then put him down properly. So I don't know, man. There's some impression there. Another honorable mention, totally off the subject, where Vader was such a good master of the power bomb, but I remember British Bulldog being able to hold Vader straight up in the air with the suplex too, and that was another
You-
just impressive feat.
That guy was a
Where,
freak.
like
British
I think it
Bulldog.
was Clash. He was. I think it was Clash of the Champions. I think it was Sting. Maybe it wasn't Clash of the Champions. I think it was Clash of the Champions. Sting and Bulldog against Vader and Sid. It might have been Beach Blast '93 or '92, and he got him up and just holding them and just holds them there for like 10 seconds. Just incredible. I'm gonna have to research that and find out where that was, but that was a really impressive maneuver. So we're gonna move on though, Kev. Where are we going from here? Are we going to the main event now, Kev? The main topic.
Main topic. Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Razor Ramon won his first.
So guys,
you got it.
there you go. All right. Yep. So Razor Ramon winning. We talked about it at the very opening. Winning his first Intercontinental Championship. What would have been 32 years ago, earlier this month. And it really got me thinking because I consider Razor to be the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. The belt, it was almost like it was made for him. So it got me thinking, who else would you consider to be the greatest Intercontinental Champions of all time? So when you're considering it, and I know we've talked about this topic before, and I know people's impressions and their everything changes over time. When you're thinking about that, though, it doesn't necessarily mean they had to hold the belt for 5+ years or whatever. It could be, a one and done on the Intercontinental Championship, but they could have been a really impressive champion. For example, somebody like Big Diesel, winning that title was a very impressive champion. So we're going to go through our top 6. We allowed an extra one in there, a bonus one in there, because there's so many Intercontinental Champions. We want to be able to get as many in there mentioned as we can. So, Kev, what do you got for your top 6?
Okay, so no order or whatever, but I started with Mr. Perfect. I'm not a fan of Shawn Michaels, but I got to put him in there. So there's number 2. Got Brett, of course. Diesel. Had to throw Honky Tonk Man in there, and I've got Texas Tornado.
Okay. So almost all of yours really focused on the end of the golden era into the new generation era. Almost
because that's where I thought the
good.
Intercontinental title was the most important.
Yeah, it was very standout at the time. So, Roger.
I got Texas Tornado, Honky Tonk Man, Triple H, Jeff Jarrett, Edge, and Rob Van Dam.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Right,
Thomas, you got to pick another one other than Razor. Razor's already been picked. You got to pick 6 more.
Yep. All right. Brian, I know you and I agree on this topic too with Razor. So what do you got?
All right. So I have Honky Tonk Man. I have Mr. Perfect. I have HBK. I have Y2J. I have Gunther. And then I threw Brett in there as well.
Very good. Wow. Okay. All right, man. I tell you what, there's so many great ones in there. I didn't hear anybody say Ultimate Warrior. I may have missed that,
Oh,
but I didn't hear anybody say Ultimate Warrior.
he's on mine.
So I'm gonna start mine off with the Ultimate Warrior. So I think personally the Ultimate Warrior peaked with the Intercontinental title. I'm not saying he shouldn't have beat Hogan later, but I don't necessarily know that that was best for business. I think it probably could have been a savage heel run where Warrior takes over, beats Hogan at 6, and carries it all the way to Rumble 91. Probably could have been a Macho King title win where he takes over and runs until WrestleMania, whatever, WrestleMania 7 or Royal Rumble 91 or whatever it was. But I think Warrior was really good as an Intercontinental Champion. Another guy that was really good and really believable was Rick Rude.
Rick
Was
Rude.
an incredible Intercontinental Champion. I don't think he peaked at the Intercontinental title, but I do think Warrior did. Of course, Macho Man's run with the Intercontinental title leads him to be, two-time world champion later on. Definitely, he didn't peak. He probably should have been WWF champion again a couple more times. Very good. Bret Hart, if it wasn't for Bret Hart winning the Intercontinental Championship, he never would have got to the world title. Obviously, I think Bret's my favorite of all time, so I think extremely highly of that. The British Bulldog, of course, having that title, it was a really short run, but again, another guy that could have gone on and potentially been world champion multiple times, and he made a really good, strong, believable Intercontinental Champion. And I would say for my last one, it would have to be Shawn, because obviously Razor is already set aside as the GOAT. But I would say for my last one, it would have to be Shawn. I think Shawn did a great job with that title. Brad?
Two, think Razor Ramon was the greatest IC champ of all time. But I'm going to go with Mr. Perfect, Owen Hart, Jeff Jarrett, Chris Jericho, the Ultimate Warrior, and I'll finish off with the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
There you go. I like it.
Great list.
Our list was very similar. I like that.
Yes.
King Phil.
So I got Mr. Perfect. I got Bret Hart. I got Chris Jericho. I got Gunther. I got RVD. And I got the Godfather. Something about the Godfather's run. That was when he used to come out with the hose and just bribe people away. I don't know. It was just funny, man. Gold Dust and Val Venus, they had a nice little rivalry. So I threw Godfather in there at the end.
I think another thing that would have been really good, prior to the Godfather Intercontinental Champion, I think people like Papa Shango should have held that Intercontinental title, because I think something like that would have really gave more clout to that character. So just something to consider, and guys like Jake the Snake would have been great too. It would have just pushed that character even further. Jordan, what do you got?
So y'all snagged a few of mine there, but definitely Rick Rude. I even put the Intercontinental title on him, on my little Rick Rude guy down here.
Oh, sweet.
I think Rude, I read, kept the title for like 148 days. Of course, he dropped it to the Warrior. But I always think about with Rude, I always think about the Sweat Hogs line where he calls all the fans Sweat Hogs. I forget where they're at, but that's like an all-time classic. I think he really put heat on the title, so like it really helped the Warrior, kind of like people really wanted to see him beat Rude and stuff, and he did. Mr. Perfect, of course. I mean, you can't do this without saying him. But Macho Man is another one where he lost to Steamboat, but I think a lot of people kind of forget that Macho Man, comes into that match, that huge WrestleMania match as your Intercontinental champ, and he loses that to Steamboat. I think Phil said Gunther a second ago. That's for sure, man. He's like the longest reigning champion of all time. He held it for like 2 years or something, if not longer. Because a lot of these guys, what I noticed when I kind of researched this a little bit, a lot of these guys are like 148 days and stuff, and it felt like a million days to me as a kid. But because I watched those tapes so many times and stuff. But also, there's like a run in 1998. Shamrock has the title for like 4 or 5 months. I love that. And Honky Tonk Man. That's my last one.
I think Gunther had the belt for 666 days, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, something.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
it's
sure.
great. Yeah.
It's like 666, but anyway.
You think they did that just to piss the Honky Tonk Man off?
Absolutely.
Probably.
Yep.
They just want to piss off Honky. Calvin, what do you got?
So I got Macho, Honky Tonk Man, Mr. Perfect, Warrior, Rick Rude, and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
There you go.
Nice.
Very good. All right. Shane.
Well, when you're last but not least, you kind of get all your answers taken. So I got Shawn Michaels, Mr. Perfect, Honky Tonk Man. I don't know if anybody said The Miz,
They did.
Ultimate Warrior,
So,
Gunter, and for my extra credit, the greatest IC holder right now, Dirty Dom Mysterio.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Right.
There you go.
So other than Shane, does anybody think there was a better Intercontinental Champion than Razor? Like, is there somebody else that stands out?
Who'd you
No.
say, Shane?
For
Best ever?
right now, Dirty Dom Mysterio.
Oh, okay. No, I got Razor. Will.
Well, Razor,
It- it-
yeah, all
By
time,
far.
sure.
By
Yeah.
far.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought you were
was
saying.
wondering.
I thought you were saying Dom was the greatest of all time. So.
No, that's
Uh,
just what he calls himself.
Yeah, it's his thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So nobody had anybody other than Razor as the greatest, right?
No,
Right.
he's the GOAT. Yeah.
Okay.
But
All right. Yeah. That's.
yeah, I think there's a
I
few
heard
that run close with him though. But yeah,
And don't tell Honky.
Go ahead, Jordan. You have some.
no, I
Some
just think
rebut.
I think there's a few that run close with him. I mean, I think that it's always important with something like the Intercontinental title, like the guys that put heat on the title, that led to people like the Ultimate. Like, I'm not saying Rick Rude is what got the Ultimate Warrior over, but it helped a lot. And
Right.
I think you look at like Macho really helped. I think that helped Steamboat for a minute, and then there was somebody else. Oh, like Sean. I think Sean's a big part of Razor. Like it's hard for me to look at it and say Razor and not say Sean too, because Sean put the heat on that title that led to Razor and so on. Anyway.
Kind of like Gunther, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying? He had the belt for so long, it was like somebody get it off of him. And then you get
Right.
main event Jey Uso,
Right.
which they kind of, I mean, I think they kind of, unless it's something bigger going on, I think they kind of messed it up. But I mean, you never know what's going on with this bloodline story. It's like watching Victor Newman or something, you know.
I love Victor Newman.
Yeah.
Young and the Restless.
I think you're onto something there. You can't mention one without the other because you got to have the protagonist and the antagonist in everything you do. I get that, but at the same time, Razor did go on past that Sean storyline and would create more storylines with other guys that were probably as significant or really close. Now, I'm not saying he had, beautiful ladder matches with the other guys, but he had some pretty significant storylines besides that too. So, but I definitely see the point of you got to have the pro and the antagonist. So I get that. Very good. We're going to move on though, just so we can stay right on time with where we need to be, and we are going to go right into our show and tell. Correct, Kev?
Correct, sir. So
Awesome.
let me do my thing here.
One job, Kev.
I'm working on it. It takes time.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
This is mine.
Holy shit.
Started off like that.
Yep. Started off with a bang, baby.
Beautiful.
Kev ain't playing fair tonight.
I love this, so I had to bring this out and take a picture of it. So it's much so, the glare, I kept it in the top loader, but it's so beautiful. And this here, it's pretty much a one of one. We went to Evansville, Indiana, because they had a big Memphis wrestling reunion up there. Um, we so I got to meet all these guys, and I got this program. So I got all these were done in person.
Bill
See
Dundee.
the Bill Dundee on there, yeah.
There's Jerry Lawler, Bill Dundee, Jimmy Hart, Downtown Bruno, and down there in the gold is Jimmy Valiant.
Wow. I love Downtown Bruno. That's great, Phil or Kev.
So that was great to meet them. That's probably the worst shape I've ever seen Jerry in, because they had to put the marker in his hand. So that was, post the first stroke. He was really bad. So, but I love that.
How are we supposed to follow Kev every week? Like when he comes out with all this, like just heat right off the rip. I vote to make Kev start finishing on the show.
I'll go last
Exactly.
next. This here, I'm not sure if it's a one of one or one of two. There's either maybe one more out there or not that's finished. But I got this finished at Starcast
Nice.
in Nashville.
That's cool.
I got Tony Schiavone on it, and it was printed off of the internet. That's when they had that whole, Tony and her, they whatever they done in the ring. Then Adam come there, so.
I used to like that storyline kind of. I always thought I like Tony. He's good.
Tony was a hell of a guy to meet. He was awesome.
Yeah, I've met him a couple times for sure. Nice.
Because when I took that up there for him to sign, he says, "You know what? I should just beat his ass and get it over with, right?" I said, "Yes, sir, you should."
Yeah.
So that's all for me, and I don't know who this is. So
That's mine.
okay,
Nice.
So I found a great mood at Walmart here in town.
Nice.
So I scooped it up.
it's a nice figure.
And I got
MJF,
this
baby.
from Will at MJF. It's already
Very
signed,
cool.
so I don't have to meet that dickhead and get it signed.
He is a dickhead.
That he is.
And that's gorgeous.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's
I love it.
great.
That's a Jerry and Brett dual signed.
That's awesome.
I love it. I saw that when it happened in person. Beautiful. I remember that one.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
And that's all I got.
That's all you need right there.
Hell yeah, it is.
So that's mine. That's I think
Wow.
is the best Hogan Ultimate.
It's one of them.
So if I'm not, don't mean to change the subject or whatever, but tomorrow is Thursday, and that's the figure versus figure, and it's going to be this Hogan versus Scott Hall.
Oh shit!
Man.
Which Scott Hall is it? There's
It's-
It's
The
the one in
Outsiders.
the 2-pack, the Outsiders 2-pack.
Yeah, the Ultimate Edition.
Yeah.
You already know where I'm voting, so it don't matter.
So I this just because I remember putting it up there last, and I knew it was going to be a hard one. So but I love this figure.
You already know who it is.
Then I got Psycho Sid,
Oh wow.
which everybody was talking about today.
Yeah.
Pulled that one out, showed a picture of it. And then the next one I actually just got in today. This is the new Macho Man.
That's clean.
Just got that one in today. That jacket, it's like a soft, it's not like a plastic, it's actually material. So
that's
a-
nice. I love that outfit.
Soft good.
yeah, soft goods jacket. And yeah, it's a pretty sweet
Like-
figure.
Dallas Cowboy Macho Man.
Rip it.
And then that's all I got.
Okay, and I think that's all I got.
Hey, Craig Clark did say Dolph Ziggler in the last decade was one of his favorite Intercontinental champions as well. So,
He was good.
He was good.
okay. All right. Brian, show and tell.
So my target order came in, and I got in obviously the ultimate. Oh,
You're good, Brian.
I got the Ultimate Undertaker there.
Hell yeah.
That's a beautiful figure.
Nice.
I got in. Well, I got the whole series, but I'm just showing the 3. I got obviously Razor Ramon right there,
Yep.
and then my streak of getting the chases continues because I got the Chase Diesel. So
Big D.
Nice.
Big Diesel.
Big
There
D.
you go.
That's all I have.
I like it, man. I like it. I would have liked to have had some of those diesels last
get
I know.
weekend.
I know.
Get that big diesel signed in Squared Circle coming up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, actually, too, I think we're going to see him in like a month also.
Right?
Oh,
We're
really?
gonna
Okay.
we're gonna see him
There you
again, and we're gonna see a lot of them again. So,
Well,
all right,
I may send that your way.
give me that camera, Kev.
Yes, sir.
Hey, not to make it any harder on you guys tomorrow, but you're talking about
That thing is so sweet.
Look
this
at that.
guy
That thing's beautiful.
versus
That guy.
this guy.
Hey, where's his title at? Where's Scott Hall's title?
This one, I didn't put the title on him because I have the other edition. See,
Oh.
this is the Bash at the Beach edition, which he didn't have a
Gotcha.
title on the day of the Bash
Yeah.
at the Beach. But later on, he had the title on this edition figure.
Yep.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's a very similar figure, but I'm weird about having them historically accurate on the shelf. I don't know. It's like I expect the director of wrestling to come out here and be like, all right, let's make sure all your belts are on the right guys and stuff. So,
That's awesome, though.
but yeah, just so you guys have a little help on the vote tomorrow. I mean,
Man, look at that Hogan.
That's tough.
This
No,
guy,
Hogan's.
Hollywood
guy-
Hogan, baby.
he ain't scared of nobody, but this guy is
Nice.
saying, look how cool I am. Check out the boots, man.
I like that.
Calvin, who you voting for, Calvin?
Hogan all day.
I'm kidding. I know.
All right, so that was just to show you guys, help you a little bit on your vote. But some of you guys saw what I got for my birthday. I got some of those old classic Ninja Turtles, really cool stuff. Stuff a lot of us had as a kid. But as a follow-up order, these came in the mail. Jess picked these up for me too, and I don't think I showed these to you guys. I hope I didn't because they're my show and tell for tonight. But
Oh shit.
I mean,
Oh damn.
I got the bad guys to go along with the good guys.
Hell
so,
Nice.
So this was like a full set that
Yeah.
came out of these guys. Is pretty cool. I mean, like
Baxter Stockman.
Yep.
I don't. I just want to like rip them apart and play with
Yeah,
them.
but Bebop and
Rip
Not
it.
yet.
No.
Not yet. So not yet. But I mean,
Look at those things, man.
Those things are awesome.
Is
they
that
are so.
I
Go ahead, I'm
got
sorry.
when did that? Is
I
that
got a
like
buddy.
a new turtle?
Yeah, they're re-releases from the '88 series.
So I'd say it looks just like that Baxter Stockman I used to play with when I was a kid. Like it looks just like
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Look,
they're
dude, look at those things, man.
re-releases.
I got a
So-
buddy that's got all the original ones. His grandma would buy him 2 of them, and she'd let him open one and keep one in the box. And he just got them and took them to his apartment probably a year or 2 ago and put them all on display. But he's got pretty much all of them. He's got all originals, all MOCs. Awesome.
It's crazy. It's crazy though.
Always
Like,
wanted a
they're
full
just-
body Quang or whatever the hell his
These
name
are
was.
these are so accurate to what you would have had back then.
Yeah.
And I haven't found my spot to display them yet because I showed you guys that other set that I got, which
Yep.
had the 4 turtles that also included Splinter and Shredder. But I haven't found my spot yet to display them, so I haven't ripped them all apart. But eventually, when I find my spot to display them, I'm going to rip them all apart live. So, and then as for any more show and tell tonight, the only other thing, guys, check out the last full day tomorrow, the last full day of the claim sale. Still a lot of great items in there. I mean, you're getting free shipping in the U.S. on anything you buy, no matter what you buy. You're getting 5% off of your final total if you buy more than one item in there. You're getting 10% off in there if you buy, I think it's any 3 items, I think it is 10% off, and you're getting the free shipping. So definitely check out that claim sale. Tomorrow is the last full day. And there's a lot of good stuff in there, a lot of good magazines, a lot of good autographs, a lot of good figures in there. So check that out. So that's all I got for show and tell, guys.
Still a lot of grails. I've bought some grails, but there's still a lot of grails.
Oh yeah, there is.
All right, who we
I
got
think
next?
Calvin. Oh no,
Phil.
probably
Yeah, Phil.
King P.
King Phil.
So we was talking about IC champions, and we mentioned Gunther. So got this Gunther.
Nice.
Love that.
There you go.
I love that. Gunther's badass.
But then if you flip it,
Oh hell yeah.
he's
Oh,
actually
yeah.
got the IC belt on, and it's inscribed
There you
IC.
I like that.
That's nice.
That's all.
Now, anybody looking for a good Gunther, or since we're talking about IC champs, a good Jericho, or even a good Sid signed photos, I'm going to put some of those out on the next live sale. So, very next live sale, we're going to do some Gunther, some Jericho, and some Sid. So, just throwing that out there. Of course, we'll have all of our normal that you normally see as well, including Sting and some other ones. But definitely check that out.
And here comes Jordan.
Jordan.
All right, so I'm gonna start off with. I got this from Will actually. I love this because multiple reasons. One, because I'm just a huge Sting fan. He's one of my favorites. I was kind of thinking about this earlier today. I guess he's probably my favorite of all time. But another big thing for me was like, I don't know, it was like Will was just speaking to me that night with this, because these comic books, like, they're kind of cheesy, but I used to read them when I was a kid, and I'd actually just around that time had been like looking to buy the old comic books, and then I saw this and I was like, well, that's two birds with one stone. So I went ahead and got this. That's like one of my favorite pieces though. So thanks, Will. I appreciate you guys kind of turning me back on to some of this stuff and getting going. So my second thing are these glasses. You probably, I don't know if you can see them. They're not USO glasses. They're the Outrunners from AEW. Truth and Turbo. So I kind of have a story behind these. I try to support these guys because my job, I work with folks with intellectual disabilities and things like that. I travel around sometimes. A lot of those folks that I work with, some of the young men like wrestling and things like that. I'll take them to wrestling shows and stuff. OVW did a pop-up type show in E-Town one time, and I took a handful of my guys down there. Randall Floyd he's Turbo Floyd now. He was Tex Floyd in OVW. They basically, my guys stayed after the show. Him and a few other guys were just so nice to him, so good to him. So I've always kept up with those guys and just kind of thought they were genuine good guys that went out of their way to do some stuff that night. And then my last one, I got to go get it because I'm going to show it to you tonight, because I'm not going to lie to you, I'm probably selling it like in 24 hours. So I want to show you this. I've got too many arenas and stages and things, but I'm going to scan you over here and let you show this Nitro arena. That's not what I'm selling. I'm keeping that for the rest of my life. But I just put that together this week. But this thing right here, so I bought this a few weeks back just kind of because I got a really good price on it. And if you can see that, it's the SmackDown entrance stage, and it plays like Dudley Boys, Undertaker's music, different stuff here on it. And it's got like a little, basically just Chris Jericho with a lion tamer there in the background that you can see the whole time. But yeah, so that's my show and tell. If I don't drop it, I'll probably be able to sell it tomorrow night. But
I remember
So
that.
a couple really great points that I think we might have missed on that. Number one, I don't know if you know this or not, but our page actually has a very large history of working with people with disabilities and challenges, and
Absolutely.
our page has also taken some folks to shows, and we've gone in and we've supplied Christmas to an entire school of the children, and we've done some different things too. So that's incredible. So I definitely take my hat off to you. I'm very proud to
Awesome.
hear that. I don't know if you knew that we were into that and we were
No,
doing
I
that
didn't
too.
know. No, I did.
So we've partnered with multiple Down syndrome associations and
Right.
things
Yeah,
like
that's
that,
cool.
donated money and all that, and donated. We've actually taken Christmas gifts, and we took a full Thanksgiving meal at one point, and there's a lot of things we've done. So we can talk about that offline. Number two, the other point I think we might have missed was, you know, you mentioned you have a sale coming up in 24 hours, and
Yeah.
Jordan does a big business. It looks like we lost Brian. Jordan does a big business on Whatnot, and he does a lot of buying and selling and different things like that. So Jordan, if you want to take a minute and kind of pitch what you got going on, and if you
Yeah,
want to put your
I'll
link,
plug myself, Will. I'm all right with
yeah,
plugging
if you
myself. Yeah.
yeah, if you want to put your link to the show as well in the
Yeah.
chat,
Yeah.
afterwards, I think it's great. So go ahead, Jordan, tell us about it.
Yeah, I will. So tomorrow night, actually, I'll give me a second. Give me like 2 seconds. I'll take you on a little tour. So tomorrow night, I've been building this up for a little while. I don't know if you guys, many of you guys have Whatnot, but give me just 1 second. I'm pulling this phone off here. So tomorrow night, um, see if I can turn this around. Yeah, so I've got like 110 items that are getting sold tomorrow night on Whatnot. Everything from ultimates to elites to some cheaper stuff to some autographs to a lot of these loose figures. Not all of them. Some of them are personals. I also want to point out my Taka Michinoku on a stretcher down here with the snake bite. I got a lot of stuff over here, like just flares and stuff like that are kind of hard to get your hands on. A lot of the stuff like that. But anyway, make a long story short, it's at 7:30 Eastern tomorrow night on Whatnot. It's 6:30 Central Time. Like I said, it's gonna be 110 items. It's an auction. You have to have Whatnot, but I'm gonna put the link in the comments, and then if anybody wants, I can send you a $15 gift card for you to spend at the show. So you can have 15 free dollars. I have all kinds of stuff you can buy for less than $15.
Wow.
So
Nice.
yeah, so I'll put that info in the but then shoot me a message if you need the link and I'll hook you up. I got a lot of cool stuff going, man. I'm Ultimate Kane, Ultimate bunch of everything. Anyway, I won't keep you going with that. But yeah, 7:30 Eastern time tomorrow night, 6:30 Central.
I love it. Absolutely love it. So, and a little birdie told me that we may be seeing you live on more of our WWC programming as well pretty soon too. So, really, really looking forward to that. So, I think we got Calvin's show
No,
and tell
I
already.
don't have nothing.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't have okay. We didn't have anything for you. And then Shane, what do you got?
I don't got much. I just got these couple little guys right here.
Okay.
They were in like the little like
Oh yeah.
cases, the mystery cases. They were
Yeah.
like $5 a piece, and you cracked it open, and I was hoping for a Roman Reigns and a Rey Mysterio, and I got a Roman Reigns and a Randy Orton.
There you
So
go.
they're pretty cool. And then I grabbed these two. I already opened them up. One Headbanger's Ball
Oh sweet.
Nice. I
back
like
from
that.
the day. I thought that was pretty cool.
It
It
is.
is.
I like metal music and stuff.
If
And
they would have kept Headbanger's Ball, maybe they wouldn't be going out of business. Sorry.
yeah, I'm a Turtles fan too. And this thing I thought was pretty cool. It's little Hot Wheels, and the side kicks out. So I picked that up to put on the shelf. I thought that was pretty cool.
I love it. Yeah. That is awesome.
That's all I got for this evening.
You know what,
Shane, I
Shane? Now
love
that you
your.
showed that,
Sorry,
now that you showed that, I got to get me a bigger one of those for my guys. I just showed
Right.
you. Now that you showed that, go ahead, Jordan.
No, I just wanted to comment. I like Shane. I like your background back there. I've always noticed it, and you better not ever get on Whatnot because there's a GI Joe market that's like crazy on there, and it's like blown my mind. I didn't realize that it was that hardcore, but yeah, that's
Yeah,
my point.
I kind of got a bunch of shit.
Yeah, you look like you do, man.
There's
That's
my
awesome,
one wall.
dude. That's
It's like
crazy.
my figure wall.
Yeah, dude,
There
I
you
love
go.
that. That's crazy.
GI Joes.
Yeah,
That's unreal, man. That's stacked.
there's quite a few.
That's awesome.
If you think his GI Joe wall is impressive, you should see his sticker wall.
Yeah,
That's
I
great.
got a
That's
pretty
cool.
cool sticker collection, and my son's room looked like this, but with all wrestling figures.
Yep.
But
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. That's cool, man.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Very cool. I'm so always so jealous, and I don't even collect GI Joe. But I tell Shane this all the time. I'm like, man, every time I walk in the aisle with the GI Joes, I'm like, I should just buy me one. But I know as soon as I buy one, Shane's gonna be like, oh man, did you see they had this and this and
Right.
this, and then I'm gonna have to go back to the store and get those, and it's another rabbit hole, and the wallet just
It
can't
is.
hang. You know what I mean? So, um, but guys, thank you so much. We've had a great time. We got a lot going on. Final reminder too: last full day of the claim sale tomorrow. Please go check that out. You don't have to spend a whole lot to save a whole lot, and there's a lot of cool stuff in there. In closing tonight, want to say thank you again, Jordan, joining us. Jordan's got a lot going on. Definitely check him out, support him, great dude. And I had a good conversation in the past week, and I think maybe there's some confusion out there sometimes with us as guys. Sometimes it's hard to talk about what we're thinking and what we're feeling, and I'm gonna throw this out there. Sometimes it's okay as a guy to just self-reflect, take a day, take some time, take a moment, do some self-reflection, watch some TV, watch some movies, whatever it may be. And the pressures of the world are still going to be there the following day. But if it takes you a day or a couple hours or whatever it may be to get your head right and get in the right space that you need to be in to continue to be everything that we have to be. So, a lot of people don't realize it, but when you're a guy, you're automatically just assumed to be the strong, tough one. You're automatically assumed to be the family leader. You're automatically assumed to be the guy with all the answers. And it's a lot of weight on the shoulders. So it's okay if you need to take some time and just kind of decompress. That's perfectly okay. That's what keeps us from, going to prison for the rest of our lives sometimes. And that's perfectly okay. So don't ever think, well, I can't stop or I can't slow down because the pressure's too tight. Sometimes you have to because, the world has a way of either you get your rest and get your mind right, or the world will grant you rest
Mhm.
and the world will get your mind right. So think about that. Take that with you. Do with it whatever you will. That's totally up to you. But take that moment for yourself. It's perfectly okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no one that can stop you. And that's my comments of the week. That's my closing. I thank you all so much. We will see you all very, very soon. Again, thank you for joining us. And if you're listening to us on your way to work, be safe out there and buckle up. Have a good one, guys.
Peace.